जिंदाबाद सोनिया गांधी जिंदाबाद राहुल गांधी जिंदाबाद सोनिया गांधी जिंदाबाद ईडी हाय हाय ईडी हाय हाय
Congress President Smiti Sonia Gandhi, dated 21 July 2022, venue Congress Bhawan, Dimapur, time 11 a.m. Chairman myself. Invocation here it was Sri W. Alemjongshi, Vice President NPCC, but since he is out of station, in his place, Mrs. Nyojila, Vice President NPCC, will take the invocation. Short speeches by Sir Bobby Panicker, Working President and Treasurer NPCC. And second, Captain G.K. Jumomi, Vice President NPCC. But since he is not here, so like some other person, those who want to speak, they can take.
Congress President, my colleagues, and the press fraternity, I am really sad for this day because the BJP government in Delhi systematically targeting the opposition leaders in the country, and in the name of National Herald, which is none of their business actually. This was founded by Pandit Nehru, Sardar Patel and other leaders along with 5,000 freedom fighters in 1948, 9 September 1948 in Lucknow. This was initiated in 1937. And you know, those days a heading was given, the master head, it was written, freedom in peril, defend it with all your might. Today we are facing that same thing in this country. Actually the freedom is in peril. There is no freedom for the press. There is no freedom for the opposition leaders. Anybody raise or question the BJP government, they are behind the bar. You have seen a journalist how he was harassed and yesterday with in the intervention of the Supreme Court of India, he was released. Today what is happening is, one, if any of your press people comment something, every BJP state will file a case and then summon him to every state. We are in that condition. Actually, I'll give a little brief, you all must be knowing as press people, a little background of this, National Herald. Actually, National Herald, it was started with Pandit Nehru and another 5,000 freedom fighters. And they, actually this freedom in peril, defend it with all your might. It was taken from a cartoon by Gabriel from Brentford, Middlesex. And this was forwarded by Srimati Indira Gandhi to Pandit Nehru. And that is so it was given as a masthead in the paper. And then now, of course, the National Herald has 1,057 shareholders. Now you see, it was this National Herald was actually meant to voice the concern of the Liberal Brigade in the Indian National Congress. It was the mouthpiece of Congress Party. This paper was banned by British in 1942 for 3 years. And this was published by, this Associated Journals of India. And they have actually published National Herald in English, Quit India, Qawmi Awas in Urdu and Navjeevan in Hindi. It was published up to 2008. But there was a lot of financial constraint for this paper, and it was stopped in 2008. But again, it was after a gap of about 8 years, on 21st January 2016, they have again decided to launch these 3 dailies and started publication on the 1st June 2017. Of course, when it landed into financial difficulties, the Indian National Congress has given a loan of 90 crores to this paper, and then this was taken over by Young India Limited, owned by Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, along with 1,057 shareholders. Actually, in 2012, BJP leader Subramaniam Swamy has filed a case in a lower court, alleging that the Associated Journals as fund was mismanaged by some Congress leaders and taken over by Young India. And that is how this case was going on for so many years. It was kept pending. Now, when the BJP headed by Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, they don't have anything to attack them, they started this, again raised up this question. Now you are seeing in India what is happening. Anybody raising their voice against the party, they will send ED, they will send income tax, they will send CBI and harass them. Without even a prima facie case, they will arrest them. Normally, anybody is arrested after thorough inquiry is made, and if a prima facie it is proved, then they are arrested. But today it is not like that. I just want to mention something, about this National Herald. I know very well because in 1982, when I was press secretary to the Chief Minister, there was no money for the correspondent to be paid in Nagaland. We had a correspondent from National Herald in those days. And those days it was edited by one senior Congress leader, Yaspal Kapoor. He wrote a letter to me requesting me to pay the rent of their building in Kohima and also the salary of the correspondent. So from 1982 up to 1991, I used to pay the rent of that National Herald and the salary of the correspondent. So I am quite aware of what was the condition of this. Under these circumstances, actually this paper has been taken over by Young India, and then it was running. Now I don't know what is the problem they are facing it. You see, we have seen after Modi took over as the Prime Minister, systematically they have sidelined Pandit Nehru and Indira Gandhi and everybody, and they want to project. They are okay. I mean, Sardar Patel was our great leader, but then now they silenced Nehru and started using Sardar Patel's name. He was a congressman. He was a Congress leader, but we just don't understand what was the motive of Modi to bring him in and silence Pandit Nehru. Pandit Nehru was a visionary. Today what we are having in India, it is all built by him in the initial years. We had nothing when we started our first government in India, you see. Our finance was so horrible. But then from there, he built all these institutions. Now Modi always used to ask what Congress has done in 70 years. Today you are seeing what 70 years Congress has done. They sold off the entire thing in India. All our national assets, public sector undertakings, everything has been sold. It is all now run by two people, Ambani and Adani. So that is why today they want to, attack Congress in some way or other and condemn. And today I am honestly telling, because now I am in the Congress last 45 years, I can with all the authority say that except this Gandhi family, there is not a single leader in India, whether it is BJP or any party, who is accepted by all over India. Even Modi with his popularity, he is a zero in South India. Nobody bothers for him. But this is the only family is respected by all over India, even the Northeast. The Indira Gandhi, Nehru, Rajiv Gandhi, they were all so fond of our tribal people in the Northeast India. But then today what is happening? Just for popularity, they will say something and create a nuisance in the country, And we know, now they are harassing Sonia Gandhi. She was harassed very badly earlier also. But in 2014, irrespective of all those troubles of the Congress, she took over the party, she led it, and she brought power to us in 2004, and then she was leading for 2 consecutive terms. But now Modi could not digest all those things. You see, we are seeing what he is doing, the amount of money he spent for a statue in Gujarat. Today, what is the condition of the people? There is no employment, no freedom. Education also, we are very poor now. And you have seen the migration of the people from big cities like Bombay or Delhi and everything to their own villages. And all these things he is systematically doing and destroying this nation. So I think today it is time. The only way the people, like Quit India movement, the people should come to the street. And we have to throw this government out of power. Then only India will be saved.
Ranks and files of NPCC, my dear media friends. Although it is not included in the program, but you not know me, or many of you knows me. My name is Alemjongshi. I am a VP NPCC. I will say only 1 or 2 things about that National Herald, which has not been covered by our treasurer and working president. We all know that, and it is time and again it is being published in the paper, that this National Herald is a non-governmental project. It is being run by the shareholders only. So actually speaking, it is not even BSU. It is not even a public sector undertaking. It is a company, or rather an enterprises being run by the shareholders. So looking at the from that context, one may say that the government agency, the ED, may not have so much of exercises to do with the National Herald. That is what we think. And this, in spite of all the hazards with the National Herald, this issue has not been heard even in the court, I think. But then it is being handled by the ED alone this far. So as already said by a former speaker, it is a matter of exercises being carried out on the direction of the ruling government, the BJP government, by the ED. ED is being used as an agency to harass all the opposition leaders throughout the country, as we all know. Looking at the summons being served to the political parties in the country, not even a single political leaders from the ruling government, the BJP and the coalition partners has been summoned by ED till now. But why only the opposition parties and the other regional setups, political leaders are being called? So that directly indicates that there is an ulterior motive in the minds of the ruling government. Particularly our media friends will know, yesterday that fact finder, that media person was released from bail, Zubair. He is just a fact checker. Whereas Nupur Sharma, who has a serious allegation within the country and even from outside the country, is allowed to go scot-free. Rather, government is putting up additional security on this culprit, who is supposed to be languishing in jail by now. So this is the order of the day. This government, not only this in particular, but then this BJP government has no planning, no direction, nothing. We all know. And we have also, many of us has come across history, that the history about the Muhammad Pindulok and also those Aurangzeb and all. Those rulers were directionless, ruling without planning. And that is exactly what is happening in India today.
What is happening in India, led by BJP. Now, third, we have an address by our President, Sri K. Therie, NPCC.
Today we have called this protest meeting to discuss about the trend of the nation and the impact we have here in Nagaland. There is no more democracy in India. if you are looking for democracy, there is no more democracy. It is ruled through intimidation, torture, torment, and with the various central government agencies who are paid from the public exchequer, from your tax, from my tax. We are employing this Enforcement Department, National Investigation Agency, or CBI, or any other agency who are said to be public servant. And we expect this section of people who are selected by the President of India as this public servant to have a higher mental rating, to do justice and also to give equality. But today, unfortunately, these people are being used, and they're playing in the hand of political parties like Modi, who has turned to become a fascist. He is no more different from Hitler of Germany. Hitler has used all his agencies to intimidate, to kill, to torture his opponents. And so Modi is doing it. What is the difference? Friends have already explained about National Herald. I will not be talking much on this issue. But Madam Sonia Gandhi, a sickly person of about 74-5 years, coming out from hospital, they wanted to interact him. They have interrogated her son Rahul Gandhi continuously for 5 days and more than 30 hours, and they could not find anything. What will be the difference in between this? If they cannot find anything from Rahul Gandhi, do you think Madam will be playing another role in this National Herald? No. But the intent of the BJP government is just to harass, torment, because Madam has not done anything against them. It is also not vengeance. If it is a political vengeance, then Madam may have done something against them, and they may be taking vengeance. But she has not done anything wrong. I don't see that she has done anything wrong as far as National Herald is concerned and as far as our knowledge is concerned. If ED people are human, they should understand her health condition, and they should have learned from Rahul Gandhi's explanation. These people are not human heart. They don't have human heart. They don't have humanity. This government is shameless, moralless. If I were in the shoes of Prime Minister or Home Minister, I would hesitate even to call the name of Madam in her health condition. How can they summon a person who has been under treatment for almost 2 decades? This exposes the devil, the demonic mind of BJP government. I want to appeal to the central government employees, whichever agency they are. They should apply their mind to do justice and also to provide equality to the citizens. Why should they play in the hand of some political parties and they be used to inject, to prick, to torture, to torment some people? I think this is beyond humanity in the world. If you look at any other nation, any other country, I don't think the government employees of any other country will behave in this manner. You know, our government, but there is a reason why these people are also maybe doing. Like Sanjeev Bhatt, one SP from Gujarat, a police officer, who attended Prime Minister, former Chief Minister Modi's meeting in the conduct of Gujarat Riot. When Modi detected the officers to allow Hindus to ventilate their anger, he has given directive to the officials to allow Hindus to ventilate their anger. And so over thousands of people of Muslims and other communities were killed. Over 10 lakh people have to exodus from Gujarat. That was under Modi. If Congress wanted to take any action at that time, I think Modi would be languishing in the jail. But Congress has allowed law to take its own course. And somehow, the Honorable Supreme Court, whom we all have respect, has given them clean sheet. As if there was no chief minister, no home minister in that Gujarat riot. No one is responsible. It happened just like that. That clean sheet means it is like that, isn't it? Can I trust Supreme Court? Do you have any confidence in Supreme Court? We do respect and also honor them. But they also should do justice. The world knows that at that Gujarat riot, Mr. Modi was Prime Minister, Chief Minister, Amit Shah was Home Minister. They are accountable, they are responsible. We can't say they are not responsible, they are not accountable. But the Supreme Court said they are not accountable, they are not responsible, they are clean. Should we not educate the Supreme Court, our mind? Should we not tell them this is the feeling of the people, this is the reading of our people? If we are afraid to correct the Supreme Court or Enforcement Department or Income Tax Department or NIA or CBI, if the public don't defy true vote, then we will continue to suffer. Talk about democracy, but nothing will happen. I was speaking the other day in the AICC meeting. Isaac Newton's law. To every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That is what it says. So I think we have to also have an equal and opposite reaction against the BJP activities. That only we can stand. And that we have to do it by defying their dictate. True vote. We can change only true vote. I was saying the other day, BJP is using Enforcement Department, CBI, income tax. They're using BJP bugs. They're using their own cadres to kill their own Hindu men. They're using criminals. They give them shelter and use them to create problems in the nation. They're using EVM technicians to manipulate votes. But we are all helpless, just looking at it. And when the election comes, we will be still voting for them. This is where Modi has been able to climb up. And he will finish the second term. In the third term, they will try everything to do it. And this is the time I think we must defend, protect, defy the detection of this BJP government. The impact in Nagaland, I want to tell you. We have 12 BJP MLAs. 48 are regional MLAs. Congress doesn't have any MLAs. But 48 share 12. So 48 is smaller number than 12 number in the BJP mathematics. In Nagaland, 12 BJP number is greater than 48 regional MLAs. Why? Because our Chief Minister neck has been tied with a big dog collar through 5 cases of ED cases. Oh, anytime they can pull the string and then put him in the cage. And because of his criminal activities, his corruption, he wants protection from BJP. He doesn't want protection from 48 MLS. He's scared. Even after having 48 MLS in support of him, he's still feared. Why? Because 12 BJP or BJP government can pull the string anytime. So also those who have joined through defection and formed the opposition-led government, they also fear that BJP would send NIA, CBI or Enforcement Department to their personal buildings and look at their constructions, get them, because they all have accumulated and have built palatial buildings from unknown source of income. And when you can't prove that this is my source of income and with that money I have built this house, they can be easily booked under money laundering, corruption. Because unknown source of income, anybody can go into the jail. Because of that fear, everybody is with the government. Now, is this democracy? 12 number is bigger than 48. Can we say this is a democracy? No. There's no more democracy. That is why I'm saying there is no more democracy. Democracy means majority rules. Majority prevails. Majority decides. But that is not the case here in Nagaland or in India anymore. BJP election. But through backdoor and horse trading and intimidation, use of ED and other things, they have brought back shameless horse trading politicians, if we don't defy them through vote, this trend will continue. I think the intimidation, the torture, the harassment they are going to do with the Congress people, Congress leaders, will continue. Will continue. But we are not worried because we have no guilty conscience. Even if they want to take them in the prison, in the lockup for some time, like Chindamaram, who was taken into lockup, they could not find anything. So therefore, my appeal today to the people of Nagaland and the nation is that the central government agencies as well as the state government employees, they should do justice. They should also give equality, equal treatment to all the citizens. Government is a welfare government. Government is not an extortion government. Elected government are welfare government. And if it is not a welfare government, then it becomes an extortion, it becomes a fascist. So this is exactly what we are doing. Nagaland state government doesn't have any welfare scheme for the people. Neither for health, neither for students, nor for poor people. Whatever has been generated by the government of India, they avail that scheme and then try to siphon, try to corrupt, try to get benefit out of that. Today, I want to tell you specifically, government has deducted 70% from NREGA fund on material compound, which is supposed to go to the village development authorities. They have deducted 70% and they are now giving to 19 MLA. I'm told some are paid, some have not been paid, because they don't have other source of income. So they are now diverting VDB money, NREGA money for the election. It's shameless. Corruption is open, and our people like that. We have to defy it. We have to say no once, and then only we can change. If we try to compete with the corrupt people, I think it will be not possible. We only need to do the education. And education can be only done through our efforts, and we largely depend on the media houses and media friends. Together, we have to change not only Nagaland, but the nation altogether. Therefore, today we have framed a program wherein we would like to sit and deliberate with the media people also. And we shall be grateful if there is any question, if any interaction you want, we will be available.
If we recall before 2014, Gujarat Chief Minister, what Mr. Modi used to speak, what slogans he used to give. He said, "Bahut hui महंगाई की बार, इस बार Modi Sarkar." What is happening today? Just opposite. Just opposite. They have taxed us even on the roti which we eat, even on the milk which we drink, even on the dahi which we used to have. So you try to understand what is Modi's planning. Modi is destroying India completely. And we have to understand his slogans. When he used to say, when a dollar was rupees 45.50, he used to say, India ki saak gir rahi hai. India is going down, but as rupee is going down. So today what is happening? Rupee has just gone double. It is now 80 rupees a dollar. So India's image has fully destroyed. So this is what I wanted to add, that where we are heading. So we have to understand why we are voting a person who is destroying India. We have to think of that we have to bring back Congress again, so that we can have at least what we are enjoying before 2014. Thank you very much.
The misuse of central agencies by the BJP government to harass political opponents has been explicitly said by my leaders, so I will not delve much on that. Aji, ami discuss kuru thagado how the BJP is misusing social media, not only the social media, but even the media houses to spread false narratives, propagandas. I'm not generalizing all the media houses, so I request our media friends not, to kindly take note of that. I'll cite an example to substantiate what I've said. Recently, Amyanla leader Rahul Gandhi Wayanad Kerala de Wayanad Tala constituency de tour jaise. So unfortunately at that time Tala office de SFI activists kan. SFI is a student wing of CPM, just like the Congress manubra merger kor dishe. So what the media cleverly did is tahan Rahul Gandhi ke hodishe apni la to bhavna de ki ase to students kan bra apni la office vandalize kor dia to. So Rahul Gandhi said these are young people tahan to misguide hoigina korise pare to ane maaf kori dibi. But media itu ekta media house pra ki korse gole that clip to logina Udaipur itu incident le relate kori dise. Aro terrorist kan itu han to bacha ase to ami han itu han to maaf kori dibo lage kina tahan itu broadcast kori dise. So our communication department, social department activate hoise aro Sri Jairam Ramesh aro Pawan Khera tahan bra to FIR expose koriche aro FIR loss koriche. To tahan apology bi dise aro tahan 9 PM the prime time news TV tahan itu apologize koriche prime time news TV. Z News. Aro amihan back home. Amihan la Minister Imna Long. He just said that during the UPA era, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh didn't visit Nagaland. So amihan itu kali counter koriche. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh visited Nagaland in 2008. So the BJP cleverly uses this social media and media houses to spread their propagandas, to spread the false narratives. So amihan itu kena counter kuru la sigule do. BJP do mainly they operate in WhatsApp. So itia approximately we have 43 crore WhatsApp users in India. It's a very significant number because apart from other social media platforms, WhatsApp is highest as or it be world highest as India do. Itia WhatsApp te notun feature ado apnan kumba do jani thakibo pare. Earlier it was 256 or 257 members. Now it has increased to 512 members. So itia amihan we have identified 20 WhatsApp groups. Immediately itia mahan itu activate kurina ase. Aro this is not the party WhatsApp group. Amihan itu manuhan educate kurule. BJP they use WhatsApp to spread propagandas. Amihan do itu propaganda nulibi false narratives spread kurulen hoy. Nulibi itu WhatsApp campaign pra hi manuhan ge itu misa de ki ase itu educate kurule. Amihan 20 WhatsApp group to identify kurina ase. 15 is in process. Itu amihan juldi kurubo. Aro apart from that iti amihan dedicated team thagina centralized kurula ase WhatsApp to so itu ra amihan function kurula ase. I request DCC President to ensure that all the SCC President have their own constituency WhatsApp groups, and then aro niche de block level, unit level kiman ase sob WhatsApp group create kurigina to ensure that the message percolates down to the last mile. Itu remember kurle bhal. Aro amihan itu kenaka implement kurule ase nitty-gritties to after the program is over core team lote discuss kurina amihan itu pishide further itu take up kuru. Thank you.
Zindabad!
Sonia Gandhi!
Zindabad!
Rahul Gandhi!
Zindabad!
Sonia Gandhi!
Zindabad!
ED!
Hi hi!
ED!
Hi hi!
CBI!
Hi hi!
CBI!
Hi hi!
Rahul Gandhi!
Zindabad!
Rahul Gandhi!
Zindabad!
Sonia Gandhi!
Zindabad!
Long live!
Congress!
Long live!
Congress!
Motion. Top JEE and NEET Coaching Institute of Kota is now in Dimapur. Faculties study materials and test series from Kota directly. Now students from Nagaland can raise their preparation level right here in Dimapur. Admissions open now.